episode 439 of 360 Wrestling Fanatic, the special 4th of July episode. And I'm going to be doing some quick recaps of New Japan Pro Wrestling Independence Day and tonight's episode of WWE NXT featuring NXT Underground right here, right now. 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Hello, Wrestling Fanatics. Welcome to tonight's episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic on this 4th of the July. Hope everyone here in America had a great Independence Day and a happy and safe holiday. Hope everybody else in the world also had a great day. Enjoyed NXT tonight. And to start off the day, watching New Japan Pro Wrestling Independence Day, and gonna do some quick recaps of those shows right now. First, we had New Japan Pro Wrestling Independence Day. Actually, NJPW Strong, I should say, from Tokyo, Japan at Kurigan Hall, night 1, actually, to be more exact. And we start things off with Oscar Lube, Yo, and Taguchi defeating the team of Katori, Dragon Libre, and Kango in a 6-man tag at 10 minutes 45 seconds. Bad Dude Tito defeated the DKC 7 minutes 29 seconds. The West Coast Wrecking Crew, Earl Nelson and Royce Isaacs and JR Kratos defeated Laie, Alex Zane and Lance Archer 10 minutes 26 seconds. Filthy Tom Lawler defeated Fujita 8 minutes 59 seconds. Rocky Romero and Eddie Kingston defeated Bullet Club Gato and Kenta at 9 minutes 29 seconds. So I'm sure Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley probably will not be at Dynamite this week. And speaking of Eddie Kingston, he will probably not be a part of Blood and Guts on the July 19th episode of Dynamite because he is participating in this year's G1 Climax tournament, and he actually has a match on that very day, July 19th, in Japan. So he will not be at Blood and Guts. And some women's tag team action now. Momo Kogo and Willow Nightingale, Sophia Mafia Bella, and Bullet Club War Dogs, Alex Coughlin and Gabriel Kidd defeated Goto and Yoshihashi. And representing Bullet Club War Dogs, Drillo Maloney and Clark Connors defeated Catch 22, TJP and Francisco Akira. And in the main event, Juan Case and El Desperado defeated Homicide and Jon Moxley in a no disqualification doomsday match at 18 minutes 34 seconds. And if you've seen a picture from the main event that's been online today of Jon Moxley with some of those score things stuck in his head, definitely looks pretty brutal. If you have not seen the picture yet. And now let's go over to NXT on USA Tonight, which was a taped episode from the Capitol Wrestling Center, also known as the WWE Performance Center. And just to go over the results real quick, Blair Davenport defeated Roxanne Perez. Mustafa Ali defeated Tyler Bate. Kalani Jordan with Dana Brooke in her corner defeated Tatum Paxley. Eddie Thorpe defeated Damon Kemp in the NXT Underground match. And it wasn't, I have to say, this one probably was not as bad as Raw Underground, but still wasn't really a big fan of it either. They didn't have it, I know before when they did Raw Underground was during the COVID time with no fans, but they had it in the back somewhere, and at least they had this out in front of the fans and in the arena, so it was maybe a little better than Raw Underground, but still not very good, or at least I didn't think so anyway. But that's just me though. And Lyra Valkyria defeated JC Jane. And Javier Bernal and Von Wagner went to a no contest. The Dyad defeated the Creed brothers in the loser leaves NXT match. And that was the main event of this week's episode of NXT. So, not a bad episode there. Like I said, the NXT Underground, I wouldn't say it was really that good, but it was a little better than when they did Raw Underground before. If you remember that. At the time, I was not a fan of it. And now to get into some pro wrestling news. First, just a reminder, there was no new episode of Dark Side of the Ring on tonight. It will return next week though, with an episode featuring Adrian Adonis. And also, I forgot to mention this during the NXT recap. It always seems like I forget something. NXT champion Carmelo Hayes called out the Judgment Day to come to NXT with Damian Priest having the briefcase, kind of teasing that he could possibly cash in and take the NXT championship. Now, I have to say, just my opinion, I don't really see them having Damian Priest cash in on the NXT championship. And yes, he was there before, and I know they want to really build NXT up, but I just don't really see it happening. That's just me though. I could definitely be wrong. And a Knockouts World Tag Team title match has been made official for Impact's Slammiversary a week from this Saturday. And it will be Killer Kelly teaming with Masha Slamovich. As of late, they kind of have formed a new alliance together. And they will take on the Knockouts Tag Team Champions, the Coven, Taylor Wilde, and Kylene King, which I think both of those teams, well, one hasn't teamed yet, I should say, but the Coven has been having some good tag team matches on Impact as of late. And Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly, actually they've been feuding together. And then they had the dog collar match at Against All Odds. And on last week's Impact, Masha Slamovich came to the ring with the dog collar and connected her and Killer Kelly. Now they have this mutual respect. And they will be challenging for the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championships. And that's about all the news I got today. Not very much for this Independence Day 4th of the July episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. Hope everyone had a safe holiday. And hope to have more episodes of 360 Wrestling Fanatic all this week. Feel free to leave comments, questions, and suggestions, or anything at all you want to say. You can leave your feedback on tonight's episode of NXT. Also, New Japan Pro Wrestling's Independence Day show. We'll be back tomorrow morning for the Wednesday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans, where I will preview tomorrow night's episode of AEW Dynamite. And that's all for tonight's episode. I will talk to everyone tomorrow morning. But until then, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.